Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this morning for Chamber Connection. For those of you that I don't know, my name is Natalie Pixley. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships here at the Chamber. This morning, we are going to go over pretty much everything there is to know about the Chamber. We're going to start with a little bit of history, where we came from, move into what we do, and then we're going to jump into membership, what that looks like, all the benefits that are included, and go from there. So just to let everybody know, I'm sure you got the notification when you logged in, but this is going to be recorded. I will have the recording available for everybody afterwards. So if you want to revisit it, you can definitely do that. So I'll share that link afterwards as soon as that is ready. I try to break throughout the presentation if you have any questions, but feel free to raise a hand, unmute, ask away. And I'll take time for questions throughout and at the end as well. So, alrighty, without further ado, let's jump into it. There we go. All right, so starting everything off this morning with first thing is first, is what in the world is a Chamber of Commerce? So Chambers of Commerce have been around for a very, very long time. They actually began as just a group of business owners that got together, estimated about 1599. Just that wanted to work together to protect business from higher government powers, working together, supporting one another, and it grew from there. So chambers are now established 501c6 nonprofits, but we still retain that original purpose of uniting the business community, providing business support, and then involvement in local governments as well. So you will note that the chamber is a nonprofit. We're not part of the local government. We get that confusion a lot. But that C6 designation allows us to work with the government, allows us to be involved in political activities, allows us to kind of advocate on your behalf and get involved in that way. So that's a really important piece of our structure and how we operate, and can then kind of bridge that gap between the business community and the government. The first chamber in the US was founded in 1768, which is one of my favorite fun facts about chambers, because that is before the United States was officially the United States. So I love that fact that even before the US existed, we were focused on supporting our local business community, which is awesome. And then the US was founded in 1912. So we'll get into this a little bit as well, but there are chambers of commerce at pretty much every level of government as well. So you'll have your local chambers, like here locally, we have Aberdeen and Havre de Grace. And then you'll have your county chamber like us. And then there's state, there's the US chamber, and there's actually an international chamber of commerce as well. So a little bit about us. We were chartered in 1976. We currently represent over 620 local businesses in the Harford County and surrounding areas, representing about 25,000 employees, which is incredible. So one of the bonuses of the way that we structure our chamber membership is we recognize that business itself as the member, and then any employees can participate under that membership. So that's why you see such a discrepancy there. We're representing about 620 member businesses, as we refer to them, but thousands of employees in total. And then we kind of operate under our three main pillars: advocacy, connections, and education, which I'll jump into and break down individually. People rolling in. Awesome. All right, so breakdown, meet the chamber team. Again, my name is Natalie. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships. I manage a lot of the chamber's partnerships in the community, partnerships with our local government.
I had a bad dream.
As well as our entrepreneurs and marketing efforts. All of that falls under me. Mr. Phil Logan, I believe, is on the call with us. Phil wants to say a quick hi. Phil's our membership director. So if you have any questions relating to membership, whether that is joining the chamber or how to best utilize your membership benefits, Phil's your guy. And then our fearless leader, Miss Angela Rose, is our president and CEO. She manages most of our chamber operations as well as most of our advocacy initiatives. So if you ever have any questions about legislation, different policies that are being enacted and how that impacts your business, she is definitely the one to go to. And then I need to update this slide, but we now have Bella on our team. Bella is our new administrative assistant. So if you have any general chamber questions or you're not sure who to talk to about something, you can always send it to her and she'll get you connected to the right person. So I got to update that, but her email is just admin@Hartford Chamber. So just keep that in mind. All right. So now I'm just going to jump into our 3 main pillars, but I'll give a quick moment if anybody has a question, anything they want to ask before I jump into this part. No? All right. Hopefully silence is a good thing. All right. So jumping in here. So advocacy is one of the most important things about a chamber, because like I said before, that C6 nonprofit designation allows us to do this, allows us to advocate. So chambers were originally designed as that moderator between the business community and the government. We take that very seriously. So here at the chamber, we'll provide you on updates from local, state, and federal levels, which is the best place to find all of that is going to be in our Chamber Chronicle. It's our email newsletter that goes out every week. You'll see a summary at the top of that email, just some key points to be aware of, stay on top of. But then we also provide you with opportunities to meet your local leaders, get involved, ask questions. We'll do a couple of events throughout the year focused on legislation. Usually we always have at least one kind of kickoff at the beginning of session and then one wrap up at the end of the session to go over what was passed, what wasn't passed, what might we expect in the future, and how that all impacts how you operate your business. We also regularly testify on your behalf in Annapolis, DC, here locally, so that you might see some opportunities throughout the year. You'll see opportunities to share your feedback on a specific issue, fill out a survey, something like that. That helps us kind of determine what the general vibe is on a particular piece of legislation, the concerns that the business community has, and then we can then take those to either local, state officials and have those conversations and say, hey, this is what the local business community needs and wants. How are we going to make it happen? And then we also have a partnership, like I said, you've got chambers at all these different levels, right? So we have a great partnership with the Maryland State Chamber of Commerce as well as the U.S. Chamber. So that's where we're getting those state updates, those federal updates, and we just kind of filter that on down. But that's a really awesome partnership that we have. It's a great partnership for you guys. If there's anybody on this call that probably applies to, any member of the Hartford County Chamber of Commerce that has 7 or fewer employees automatically gets a complimentary membership to the Maryland State Chamber. So that's fantastic for you guys. That happens automatically. We just send them the list every month of new members that fit that criteria. And then you can stay up to date with them and participate as an active member of the Maryland Chamber as well. So that's a great benefit.
Natalie, I did have a question. I think you mentioned
Yeah.
that the members of the chamber are the businesses.
Yes.
And you mentioned also, I'm trying to make sure that I understood that the employees of those businesses are also eligible to attend events. Are they members also, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know it gets a little tricky just with how you refer to things. We recognize the business itself as the member, but then any employees can participate, and that is up to you. If you want to put every single employee you have in the list in your member information center, which we'll get to in a little bit, you can do that. It's unlimited. Put them all in there. Some people prefer just to kind of have their key people involved or key people working on some stuff, but That is all up to you. We don't limit that in any way. So they would all be considered members underneath your company's membership. Right. Thank you for that. Good question. All right. Jumping over here to educate. So one of our main goals as the chamber is to not only educate the current business community, but help prepare the next generation, whether that is through general education or entrepreneurial education and things like that. So we'll have different events throughout the year, whether that is webinars or seminars similar to this, where it's education for the business community, or things for the greater community as a whole. So we operate the Harford County Chamber of Commerce Education Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit that offers scholarships to graduating seniors, as well as returning adults and veteran students just looking to further their education. So there's a variety of scholarships that are offered. That's all fundraised from the chamber. So you'll see we'll do a couple of events throughout the year that are education focused, that'll fundraise for those scholarships. Businesses can sponsor scholarships. And then at the end of the year, usually in June, we'll have a scholarship breakfast where we celebrate those students, give them their official awards. So that's always a great time. So if you are part of a company that is education focused and that's something that you're interested in, that's a great way to tap in and get involved. We also help connect students with the local business community, whether that might be an internship, an apprenticeship, maybe they just graduated, they're looking for their first job. So we help them do that and kind of connect with the business community and help keep people local. And then building connections is a huge part of what we do, and it's probably what people first think of when they're thinking of a chamber. So like we said, you're joining a network of over 25,000 business professionals just by being a member in the first place. We hold probably close to 40 plus events per year in a whole variety of different topics, like we talked about, networking events, education, advocacy related events, some just for fun. So there's always something to come out to and get involved in. I always highlight Coffee and Connections. It's probably one of our most popular networking events. Happens every third Wednesday of the month at 8 a.m. Just check our calendar online because we visit a different member business each month. So the location will change, but that date and time will always stay the same. It's just a casual hour of networking first thing in the morning. Come out, enjoy some coffee, meet new people. So that's always a fun one. A great way to start off your morning. You can also network online through our Member Information Center. So I'll touch on this a little bit later, but our Member Information Center, the MIC, is your kind of membership portal. Houses all of your general membership information, but then allows you to do a whole bunch of cool stuff that I'll get into in a bit, but you can network online. The membership directory will be listed in there for you, so you can reach out to people, connect online, send emails, schedule phone calls. We highly encourage that you do that, work together and support your fellow members. It's a great opportunity there as well. And then you can follow us on social media, selfishly, because I manage all of our social media. So I appreciate the follow and the likes. We're just at Harford Chamber at Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, all of those. But it is a good way to stay on top of information as it's coming in. I try to keep that as up to date as possible. So you'll see our events on there. You'll see opportunities for marketing, networking, any important advocacy updates. Do that as well. All right. Yes, thank you, Phil. This month, September, Coffee and Connections, we are going to X Golf in Bel Air. So that'll be a fun one. It's the 18th, 8 to 9 in the morning. Feel free to just drop in. Registration's on the website. It's completely free to attend for both members and guests. So come on out, have a good time. It'll be a fun one, whether you're a golfer or not, because I know nothing about golf and it's a cool place. So Right. All right, then I'm going to jump in now to membership benefits. So before I do that, any other comments, questions, kind of about our core pillars or anything else? No? All right, let's jump in. All right, so as I already mentioned, the Chamber Chronicle, it's our e-newsletter, goes out every Tuesday afternoon. This is your one-stop shop as a chamber member for all things chamber. It's going to have our advocacy updates, like I said. There might be surveys depending on the week to share your feedback. There might be opportunities for to provide testimony at the local and state level. So keep an eye on that. It will have registration for all of our upcoming events and information there. Tips, tricks, news from our members. There's our members making headlines section where we shout out members every week. There's educational opportunities if there's things from the chamber, if there's things just from the community that are happening, we'll put those in there. So that is really your kind of your one-stop shop. Is going to have all of your information about the chamber in one place. So I always tell people to check that out. Even if you can't read it right away, just like drop it in a little folder to come back to or to revisit, because that's definitely the easiest place to find all of our information. All right, and then our committees and groups. So as a chamber member, and again, all of your employees can participate. So anyone can participate in some of our committees and groups. So the bulleted list here on the left is all of our committees. And then we have 2 chamber leads groups, Hartford Business Network and Business Resource Network, that are available for members to join. Those are category exclusive groups, and they do have an additional fee to join, but they are, it's only available for chamber members. It's a great way to plug in kind of with, a little bit smaller of a group and network, build leads. So that information is on there. But if you ever have any questions, you want to know if your category is available, you want to get connected, feel free to reach out to a chamber staff member and we'll point you in the right direction. But then going back over to our committee list, most of them are self-explanatory as to what they do. It's in the title, but these are all opportunities for you to get involved, especially if you have a specific interest that you just want to stay involved in. So our Military Affairs Committee is really building that bridge between the business community and APG. So that committee will plan our military focused events. They plan a lot of different things throughout the year. We'll do Wreaths Across America. We'll do different fundraisers or donations for our veteran community and things like that. You can stay involved in. Our Business Development Committee is also, they help plan some of our events, and they're kind of our group to give us feedback on what is happening in the business community, what the needs are, what we can do to meet those needs and create programming and events that are going to be the most beneficial for everyone. Our Membership Development Committee is focused on, again, membership development and retention, but that's a great group to join if you just like talking to people and meeting new people. They're the ones that kind of outreach. They're kind of that face of the chamber, talking to new members and just building further connections in the community. Our Education Committee is that group focused on the Education Foundation. So they're the ones that are helping to fundraise and choose our scholarship recipients and things like that. So again, if you have an interest in education, that's a great group for you. And then our Government Affairs Committee is our kind of advocacy committee that consists of members, some business representatives, as well as our some local and state government officials. So some members of county council participate in that group, members of the state delegation. And that's really an opportunity to really dive in deep on some advocacy issues. So we'll get updates from the local and state level, what they're working on, and what they expect is kind of coming down the pipeline. And then it's an opportunity for businesses to ask questions, share their feedback, thoughts, and things like that. So that's a great way to get involved as well. And then finally is our Hartford Young Professionals group, which is dedicated to obviously young professionals in the county as well as new entrepreneurs just getting started. So that's just a group to really focused on just building connections, building a community, and professional development in the workplace. So if that is something you're interested in, again, all of these are included in your membership. You just have to reach out to a chamber staff member, let us know which one you're interested in. You can always shadow a meeting as well if you just want to kind of see what it's about. We encourage that. And then you can officially join later if you'd like to. All right, and then moving into our cost savings programs. So I apologize in advance because these are getting ready to change in October, but as of right now, these are all the different cost savings programs that are offered through your chamber membership. A list of these can be found on our website, and in October when those changes come, the new ones will be up there as well. But again, these are all included in your membership and are just different discount programs offered by other members or through the community that are here to help you save money on business expenses. So everything, there's, digital email marketing, different banking opportunities, insurance, and then energy management. If you're not familiar with CQI, help you save money on your energy bills. So things like that. All of these will have individual registrations that'll be available on our website. So check those out. Each program's a little bit different as far as how you sign up or what discount is offered and that sort of thing. So you can check those out on our website under cost savings programs, and kind of figure out what might be a good fit and enroll in those. All right, and then jumping into some marketing benefits. So here is a list of all of the marketing benefits that are included at no cost to you as a part of your membership. So like I mentioned in the Chamber Chronicle, we do a members making headlines section each week. And that's an opportunity for you to just kind of share achievements and some fantastic things that are happening in our business community. So that can range from awards to anniversary celebrations, anything like that. All you have to do is shoot me an email, give me the information, send me a couple pictures, and we'll pop that in there for you. Yes, good question. So Rob just asked in the chat. Let me see if I can go back there really quick. There we go. Yes, so these two groups here, Hartford Business Network and Business Resource Network, are industry specific. That's the word I'm looking for. So there can only be one person from each industry in that specific group. So if you're curious, just reach out to us and we can tell you like which industries are open and if there's an opening there for you. But yes, it is limited to one per general industry. But I know sometimes there's a little bit of wiggle room just to fit some people in. So jump in here. All right. And then all of our members can advertise in the chamber lobby. So if you haven't been to our office yet, you walk right in to just a beautiful 360 display of all things chamber members. So feel free to leave flyers, business cards, promotional items, anything like that is available, and that's just open to the general public. So when we have people that stop by and they're looking for things in the community to do or looking for different local businesses, they know that they can pop by our office and find pretty much everything. So you are all welcome to do that as chamber members. Just drop some stuff off and we'll add it to the lobby. And then utilizing the MIC, like we talked about, there's a lot of different networking and marketing opportunities that you can do through the MIC. So next week, we'll be having a webinar like this, but purely dedicated to the MIC, how to navigate that portal, and how I'll walk you through step by step how to do all of these things. So sign up for that one if you're interested. But you can share events that you are holding, and then they go up on the community calendar on our website. Job openings, you can do discounts. You can do member to member discounts if you want to offer a promotion specifically to another chamber member, or you can do general discounts to just anyone, to the general public. If you're running a promotion or a sale or something like that, you can advertise those. So there's a lot of different things that you can do all through the MIC. We also have the Harford Business Beat podcast. That's in partnership with Rich Bennett of Harford County Living. It's just it's a pretty casual recording. We just hang out and chat about your business and what you do and how you came to be a chamber member and some membership benefits that you've gotten. So that's a great opportunity to get involved and to kind of highlight your business and what you do. So reach out to me if you're interested in that. I'm in the process of recording all of those over the summer. So we are pretty far booked out. I'll give you that warning, but I'll add you to the list if you're interested in that. And then you can join our Facebook group. So it's just Harford County Chamber of Commerce Facebook group. Nothing fancy, but that's just an opportunity, again, open to both members and non-members, just a place to network, place to share ideas, events, and work together. So that's a great opportunity as well. Right. Moving on. All right. And then moving into our low cost benefits. These are all the benefits that, again, are member exclusive, come with your membership. They will just have either an additional fee attached to them. But something else I need to update to this presentation is that we do have different levels of membership tiers, one of which is our marketing tier, in which a lot of these will be included in that price. So something to consider, but all of these are available to you as well. You can put ads in the Chronicle newsletter, ads on social media, our website, our quarterly directory. So our membership directory is up on our website and is a part of your member information center 24/7, always available and pretty much updates on a daily basis. But then once per quarter, we take all that information and download it into like a PDF kind of flip book style directory that is sent out via email once per quarter to the entire membership. So that's a great way if you're looking to advertise to other chamber members. You can put ads in that PDF version of the directory. Member mailing list. So if you're somebody who you want to send letters or postcards or promotional flyers, things like that, you can do that. And then of course, event sponsorships with 40 something events per year. I guarantee you there will be a sponsorship opportunity that fits your industry or what you're looking for. And all of those would be available and listed in each individual event on our website. So you can check that out because each one's going to be a little bit different. All right. Oh, I'm flying through this. Awesome. All right. And then the Member Information Center.
Natalie, I have a quick question.
Absolutely. Fire away.
For the ads on the last slide, do you pay for those? Or are they included in the membership?
There we go. These are all an additional cost.
Okay.
To your membership. Let me go back one more. These are the ones that are included at no additional cost.
Okay, got it.
And then these will have an additional cost, but are still member exclusive. So
okay,
only chamber members are going to be able to purchase any of these things.
Got it.
That
Thank
makes
you.
sense. Yeah. All right. Awesome. All right. So this kind of flyer here on the left-hand side gives you a general overview of the things that you can share in the Member Information Center. And there, perfect. And like I said, I believe it's next week, we're doing a presentation on the Member Information Center, and we'll walk you through how to do each of these step by step. So you can sign up for that one too. But you create your login. When you originally fill out that membership application, it'll have you create a login. That'll be yours. It's personal to you. But then any employee it'll access the same business portal, that same business page. But your login will be personal to you. And then once the membership is activated, you'll be able to log in, and then you can add as many employees as you'd like. So go crazy if you want everyone to be involved. Awesome. We love that. Put them all in there. All we need is a name and an email address. There's a couple other fields if you want to add those in, but that will kind of officially add them to the membership. They'll get notifications as far as, our newsletter, events, things to be involved in. And then that they will be able to create their own unique login to then register for those events and sign up that way. And then this is your portal to update at any time. So you will have 24/7 access to the MIC. You can update everything in there. And again, we'll go through this. So it says on here actually. But that is your kind of your online directory listing. Obviously the basic stuff of your, business name, where you're located, hours of operation, that sort of thing. But if anything ever changes, you can update that at any time. And then you can share a whole bunch of stuff. So events, news releases, that basically a press release, but it's news releases in the system, deals, all that stuff. And then when you share something like that, it is shared in the MIC, kind of on that homepage when you first log in. It's kind of just a scrolling feed of member stuff that they've shared, and that you can interact with there. And then it's also posted on its corresponding page on the chamber website. So if you explore our website a little bit, you'll see a page called Hot Deals, and you'll see a page called News Releases and whatever. And those are just the corresponding pages to the information that's put into the MIC. So that's a great way to get a little bit further exposure in the general community. You can share all of that as well. All right. And somehow we flew through this in a half an hour, which I'm kind of impressed with myself because I think that's a new record. So let's stop that. See each other. Perfect. All right. So I'll open it up. Any questions, comments, thoughts? And take it from there. Somebody's got to have a question for me. I know it's early, but
no question, but this is great to know and understand what the chamber does and everything. So
awesome.
Thank you for hosting this. This is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully everybody learned something new, whether you're already a member, have been a member for a while, or are thinking about chamber membership. Hopefully this gave you a good starting point.
Absolutely.
So
Hey,
I have a
Matt,
question and, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Ron. I think we talked about this before, but I work with Edward Jones, and so it's like part of a bigger organization, but I do my branch. And so is the membership, will it be for my branch? Will it be for Edward Jones as a whole? Can you, I think we talked about it before, but can you remind me how that works?
Yeah, so it depends a little bit on the structure of the business. But I know in your case, since we already had this conversation, but it will depend a little bit on the business, how your business is structured. But in your case, since you are the kind of the owner, the mini owner of that particular branch, your membership will apply to that branch. And then anything that you share, again, any employees of your branch can participate. But then anything that you share will be specific to you and specific to your branch. So that way, I mean, unless you would prefer that it goes up the ladder somewhere.
To home office in St. Louis? No.
Right, exactly. Most people would prefer, especially, if someone wants to get in touch with Edward Jones, I know to send them directly to you. Yeah. To your direct email, phone number, location. rather than a larger corporate number. If you want to, you can change that, but I think most people would prefer it goes straight to them and straight to the local branch. So
Yeah. Great.
yes, but good
Thank you.
question.
Hey,
All right.
Natalie, can you maybe also give some information about I think you mentioned the local events. Of course, there's Coffee Connection every third Wednesday and types of things like that, but maybe
Yeah.
elaborate on some of the other types of events. I know you have military appreciation type events. I know that you have small and minority business workshop events. Can you maybe, and by the way, just curious, do we have fun? Like, is there like party stuff or DJ stuff or,
I mean,
look,
I have fun.
Gasper's clapping his hands. I'm just,
Yeah, no, definitely. So yeah, Coffee and Connections is always every month. I'll give you kind of a rundown of what's coming up. So at the end of the month, we'll have a networking at night, which is a larger scale networking event, kind of business card exchange style. October 1st, we'll have Spirit of Thanks. So that's our first military themed event of the year. And that's just that's just a fun evening at Hopkins Brewery, where we bring together business community and the APG community. So it's kind of a night out for anyone living on base, and then a night out for us too. So it's great for those looking to connect with APG. If you either are a government contractor or you want to do more business with APG, there's representatives there that you can talk to, and that's a great opportunity. But then it's just a good time to come out, have fun, support our military. So that's coming up as well. And then at the end of October will be our Harford Award. So that's another thing we do each year, is the Harford Award in partnership with the Harford County Office of Economic Development. Phil, I saw your message and all I saw was 52, and I was like, that can't be right. 52 events according to Phil this year, which is, we've upped our game, man. But yeah, the Harford Award that goes out to a number of different businesses are selected each year to receive that. So Harford Award is just an evening to announce those awardees, celebrate them. So that's a great time. But yeah, then throughout the year, like you said, we have our Minority and Small Business Resource Fair, which is a great opportunity for businesses to connect, and especially for entrepreneurs either looking to start a business or help get their business off the ground. There's going to be great resources there to help them do that. We'll have a big military luncheon in May. Then we have some fun stuff. We'll have like mini golf tournament coming up. That'll be in the spring. So, and probably 90% at least of all of our events usually include great food and drink. So it's always a good time. All right. I see some hands.
Yes,
Go
ma'am.
ahead.
Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for the information that you provided. Good stuff.
Awesome.
There was an email that was sent to me, and I won't get into the particulars, but I just replied to that email. Are you the one that oversees like that communication piece?
Probably. It depends on where it came from.
Okay.
Most of them come to me. Some of them might come to Phil.
Let me see if I can
Membership related. And
look
then
real quick.
if you email me back, I apologize. I'm just getting back into the office from vacation, so you probably got an automated response.
Okay.
But
okay, so I just replied to that email, and I just wanted to know if you were that person. But if not, is it okay if I get your email? Can you put your email in the chat so I can email you directly?
Absolutely. I will
Okay.
put contact in the chat. Phil's
Thank you.
giving me a thumbs up, so he might have gotten that one. But yep, absolutely. And you can always email whomever on the team and we will get you to the right people.
Okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right. Ona, do you have another question? So an official hand?
I was
Awesome.
Yeah. I
Go
was
for it.
curious about how many nonprofits are members versus for-profits.
Good question. And I actually know the answer to this because I
Ooh,
was just working on this before I left.
They
Um,
have a ton of nonprofits.
It was more
It's
than I
fantastic.
thought. Yeah, so somewhere between 45 and 50 members are nonprofits, or have some sort of nonprofit delegation, determination, whatever that word
Mhm.
should be.
Designation.
Thank you. Yep. Apparently I need more
I
coffee this
got you,
morning.
Natalie.
Ugh, this is what I get for multitasking and typing at the same time. Yeah, so between 45 and 50, and we have a great range of nonprofits that do a lot of different things, from just general community service oriented, to like military oriented. We've got some that work in like health and wellness and fitness. So a little bit for everybody. But yeah, a good 40 to 50, which is awesome. And they're really involved, which is awesome. But yeah, you can meet a bunch of them at the end of the month at our nonprofit night out. It's our networking at night event. This specific one, we'll do different ones with different themes throughout the year. But this one in September is a brand new event designed to bring the business and nonprofit communities together to work together, learn about ways that you can give back, volunteer, partner together. So that'll be happening at the end of the month in the evening, the 26th, 25th, 26th. I should know this because I planned it. 25th. So you could come on out to that. That's going to be at the Epicenter in Edgewood. But that'll be a fun time, kind of like, hopefully, fingers crossed for good weather, because I want to do kind of like block party style, where we just all come out and connect and have a great time. So
Awesome, thank you.
yeah.
Is there better parking there than at Independent?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I was trying to picture like, yeah, at least double the size of the parking lot.
We
Okay,
have a
the
huge
one.
parking lot, a very huge parking
Yeah.
lot.
okay. The networking at night events pull a rather large crowd.
Yes.
So
I'm hoping this one will be the same. Again, it's a brand new version of this event. So hopefully people like it. But
what
usually
did you
we
get at the
see,
last one? Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I would say usually we see between like 150 and 200.
Yeah.
Total attendees. So I think the last one we did in the spring was around 175, 180. So
And the coffee and connections are typically like 50 to 60, right?
yeah. Yep.
Just quickly, how many of those networking at night events are there roughly? One a quarter?
About one a quarter. They don't always land on the quarter. Some
Okay.
might end up overlapping. But yeah, I think we have at least 4 this year. So
They've upped the networking at nights this year. I'm so happy.
yeah. Good. We did.
I'm so happy. I will be at all of them.
Awesome.
And they're all on the calendar? Sorry.
Yes, they're all on the calendar. So I will include that. I'll send everybody an email afterwards. Again, link to the recording and everything. But I'll pop in the link to our calendar that you can check that out. What else do I have? Oh, and then we have an event guide that is just, again, PDF flip book that'll have upcoming events. So I'll send that out too. All right.
So Phil just
something-
added in the chat that joining a committee is one of the best ways to get involved with the chamber. What's the
Yes.
time commitment for joining committees?
They vary slightly by committee. Usually most of them meet like once a month. And meetings are generally virtual. I think for the most part, some are hybrid. And then usually it's like an hour or so. And then there might be a little bit of, follow-up time on that, but they're generally not a super huge time commitment. And that is a really great way, especially if you're someone who would prefer a smaller setting, right? I think most committees are between like 10 and 20 people roughly. So it's a nice way to get involved with a small group where you know each other really well, you know what everybody does, you work together pretty closely. So that's a really good way, especially if you're like me and you don't love giant networking events. I know that can be intimidating for a lot of people. So this is a much nicer way to kind of come in with a few people and get to know them really well, and then work your way up. So that is good.
There is a secret to giant networking events though, Natalie.
There's a
What is
secret.
it?
Well,
I'm getting better.
unless you're running the networking event, it gets really difficult. But if you're just going to a giant networking event, bring a buddy.
Mm,
Seriously.
true.
Because then you've got that one person that, you know, if you get too overwhelmed, you can just pull them away and just talk to them privately for a little bit, kind of a thing. But a
Very true.
networking buddy is a fantastic way to go into giant events, because then also, you know, when you're walking up to a couple of people to start talking to them, you know, it's like 2 on 2, so you're not outnumbered,
Yeah,
you
there you
know.
go.
So networking buddies are
Yes.
fantastic.
That's a great tip. Thank you. I'm gonna grab
I will
this
just add a
question.
little caveat to that is you need to make sure to take a networking buddy that wants to network and doesn't just want to hang out with you.
Just there for the drinks. I know we have some of those too, but hey, whatever you like. Awesome. David, thank you for your question in the chat. So David was asking if we actively try to recruit new businesses to join the chamber, or how that works. The short answer is no. The yes and no, right? So as far as like, we're not out there knocking on doors or calling people as soon as they open and say, hey, you should join the chamber. Maybe we should, I don't know. Maybe that would be something we could do. For the most part, we don't engage as a staff until that person has come to us and has been referred or has some sort of interest in membership. We do try to kind of generally outreach as far as just helping people be aware of who we are and what we do. So that, you know, there's always that piece of just trying to educate the general community on what a chamber is, the work that we do, why it's important to be involved. And, you know, hopefully they see that value and they join the chamber. Our membership development committee might do a little bit more of that, as far as a little bit more referrals, or they might, you know, they're out and about in the community a lot. So they might know even sometimes even before we do of, you know, oh, there's a new business opening down the street. You know, I'm going to stop in and say hi and that sort of thing. But for the most part, we're back in, we're hiding away in our offices, if we're honest, right? Trying to get some work done. But for the most part, usually we wait until there's an initial interest and then we'll have that conversation. But I know just general education in the community is important, because chambers get all sorts of interesting ideas as to like what we are.
While the chamber staff may not actively be recruiting and all of that, a lot of the members love the chamber so much, they're the ones that are actually spreading the word.
Yes, and we appreciate that.
Which I think holds a lot more weight than the chamber staff reaching out, because, you know, if you go to somebody and say you're great, well, you should say you're great because it's you, and, you know, but if somebody else comes up and says that you're great, it means like 10 times more. So, you know, with 620 plus member businesses, there's a lot of people out there spreading the word about the chamber.
Very true, which we greatly appreciate. We're a lean, mean team of 3, so 3.5 now with Bella, which we're very excited to have Bella. But yeah, a lot of it comes from leads, comes from word of mouth, and from us, from our members, from different committees. So it's really awesome that it's fantastic to see it in action, that we have such a fantastic business community that wants to reach out and support each other and build each other up. And we are just the mouthpiece that kind of facilitates that. So it's awesome to see.